D Class, say what's up to the people.
What's the deal, everybody? Man, we tapped in. What's good with you?
This is season 2 of the podcast. I know we haven't been as consistent as we usually are, but trust me, the conversations behind the scenes, we got a lot planned for y'all. I will be taking a vacation soon, so we'll do a little interviews while I'm gone. I'll do a little vlogging. I'll put out a couple food videos, but most importantly, I'm back putting out music, man. What do you think about some of the music? I think I sent you the Return of the Mac tape. I don't know if you listened to it yet.
Nah, I haven't listened to it yet because the shit, man, it was cold, bro. I was out there in that 30-degree weather out here in Texas, man. It's freezing out here, man.
So, when you got some time, D Class, go on and give it a listen. And we'll jump on here. We'll talk about what songs you like, even the songs you didn't. Just give it an overall review because I know D Class, he gonna give it his solid. And it's like a 3-year-old tape, so it's a little timed, but the music is timeless, man. So I think you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it when I was driving back, so I'm gonna for sure check it out, man. And you know me,
Yeah, I'm gonna probably.
I'm gonna give you my honest opinion.
Yeah. I think you gonna like it because you have a love for good music, and that's all it is. It ain't like me on there trying to make hits. It's just me on there making good vibes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it's sample heavy, a lot of oldie samples. Uh, Subject matter is all over the place, so it's a song on there for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, and then too, shit, we need to start pushing that stuff on TikTok. Who knows, man?
Yes, sir.
Somebody might come up with a dance to it and make it pop.
That's exactly what it needs. A little TikTok and it'll go right. Um, what do you think about good vibe music? Like, I don't think I'm gonna see Larry June on TikTok.
Mm,
You know,
mm.
like Currency. I don't see him like his kind of music translating to TikTok. What do you think?
I think it do. It just you would have to fall in that category, like, because my thing is like if I think of currency, like I'll automatically go to like smoking type music. Like I don't know why, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's something that until you get to where you start getting the smoke shops and the different little smoke festivals and stuff like that, that's probably where you'll hear his music. But Larry
Right, that
June,
was a
like,
whole lane. Yeah, go ahead.
but yeah, Larry June, like he just like I don't know. I feel like if you don't really know about him, you don't know about him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's more of an acquired taste right now until he just blow.
Yeah, I feel like that about certain artists and certain music. Everything isn't for TikTok. So my music is more laid back, like a Currency or a Larry June or a Wiz Khalifa or a Smoke DZA, but I do have those up tempo records, like What Would You Do for Love? I think that's a up tempo record that somebody could do a TikTok dance on. So you never know what songs can go that way, but I don't feel like as an artist that would be something I'm gonna do. But I'm definitely gonna drop like my live performances and like promotion videos on TikTok to push for sure.
For sure, as you should. Like it only makes sense. It's not going nowhere. Like it's other different lanes too that you can really push after that. They give you a little bit
Yes.
more freedom.
But I think as in music as a whole, to really capture an audience, it has to have some type of ambiance to it. So what I'm gonna do is I want to kind of like maybe do a 30-minute video, like a small film that kind of like
On some
shows the
moonwalker
backstory
type
to what
shit.
the song is about. Huh?
Like moonwalker. Like Michael Jackson type shit.
some shit like that. You feel me? Just to make it more intricate, make it more dope. I just seen something from an artist that I really like, Charlie Be Real. If you never heard of Charlie Be Real, I think he's doing something with Snoop. He just put out like a 30-minute little small film where he's showcasing music and it has like a a little movie to it. And I want to kind of do something like that. I think that's going to be my next move.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, everybody coming out dropping little movies. Like Slim Thug dropping a movie called Double Cup Boys or something like that. Supposed to be, I think, I want to say it's supposed to be on like Tubi, maybe. I don't know yet, but I know for sure he announced they dropping it because my cousin playing one of the characters in it. So, but
I
check it
think
out
Tubi is like,
and give you a
I
review
think,
on that.
yeah, I'm gonna check that out too. I think Tubi is a dope place to put good content on because it's free, and the average person don't want to pay for Peacock, don't want to pay for Netflix. When you could go to somewhere like Tubi and watch original content. I think if they put out a lot more original content, that Tubi would be a lot bigger than a lot of these other websites, as long as they can keep it free. Once they start charging, I don't know how they're gonna do. I think once you start charging, your app kind of it dies out a little bit because if you don't have good shows that people want to see, then what are they gonna pay for?
But that's the thing too, though. Like you can't keep it free, and you constantly want people to put their movies on there. Because what's gonna happen is eventually they gonna want to get paid some kind of way, and it's like, yeah, I don't know exactly how that aspect of it will work, but Tubi got to make their money for you to make your money. So yeah, I don't
I
see how
think
that shit
Tubi
gonna
is
stay
making their
free.
money off. I think Tubi is making their money off the commercials, right?
Mm, I mean, I could say the commercial, but then you could say too they might get a percentage of a view, maybe. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So I think they get paid off ad revenue. So long as they keep ads in their on their app,
Yeah,
that's how
they
they're gonna
good.
eat.
Yeah, they good on that.
Because I know for sure Tubi is paying people for the movies. They're
They
already
would have
paying like
to.
all those underground movies and everything you see on there. They paid those people.
Yeah, they would definitely have to, because I know if I drop one shit, you have to pay me something, goddamn. I'm not just gonna
The
put it on.
first movie that I seen on Tubi that I already seen on DVD back in the day was Shadows, and I seen Snow on the Bluff was real popular on Tubi when it first came out.
Mm.
That was like why people downloaded Tubi. Like, man, you seen that new movie Snow on the Bluff? That motherfucker was crazy. You seen Snow on the Bluff before, D Class?
I don't think I seen that one.
You gotta check out Snow on the Bluff, man, with Curtis Snow. That's how JT and Curtis Snow got together and started making Dirt on My Boots. You ever seen Dirt on My Boots?
Nope, never even heard
Oh
of it.
man, you sleep.
Yeah, I never even heard that shit. That's what I'm saying. I don't really be paying attention to movies and shit, like unless somebody tell me about it. Like music, the way I come across music is if I go on Spotify and it just come across, because I do listen to like the new music and the whatever's new, so I be hearing random shit. So artists, if you out there, put your shit out, man, because it do people do listen to random people shit, man.
My place where I used to find music would be SoundCloud. I know a lot of people just go through SoundCloud and find artists all the time. That's a good spot too.
But my thing is, do you get paid off of SoundCloud? Like, is it what the,
Um,
or is it more just
I
for
don't
to
know if
gain your
SoundCloud
following?
changed. I know in the beginning you didn't get paid off SoundCloud. I have been on SoundCloud from the beginning and got 100 and some thousand views on SoundCloud. I've yet to be paid, but yeah, I don't know.
What's
Uh,
happening? What's happening, man? We Luca. I want to say that's what they say. But yeah, man, we tapped in, man. What you got going on? But yeah, SoundCloud, man, like I'm not too fond of SoundCloud because my thing is as an artist, period. Like when you drop something, like you kind of want to be compensated for it some kind of way. Whether it's $2, $3, I don't give a damn. You something. Shit, well, we glad you're here. Subscribe and you know what I'm saying? Tap in with us. What you remember though, fella? Remind me how you remember us.
Yeah, what do you remember us from? But yeah, SoundCloud was a good spot to get discovered at one point, and I think people just used it for that reason. I don't know if people were making money off their music at that point. Um, I guess people were streaming more on SoundCloud than they were on like major websites. I don't know. You know, streaming has changed so much. When I got into streaming, it was LiveWire, and then it went into other different things, maybe like newhiphop.com, hotnewhiphop.com, other than like WorldStar and shit like that. But I think SoundCloud was one of those spaces at one point where people would post their music to get discovered.
Right. And that's what I thought it was. It's like if you drop something on SoundCloud, at the end of the day, like you just dropping it because you just want people to hear it.
So I feel like TikTok is the new SoundCloud, basically, because
To an
that's where
extent.
people are putting their music to get discovered.
Yeah, to an extent. Because I mean, yeah, everybody you I feel like anybody that's dropping music, you should push it to where I mean, even if you drop it through the distribution shits, like they gonna drop it on there anyway. So it's just for you to get on there and just tell people that it's on there. That's really what it is.
Right. So I think that's how it's working now. But moving forward, what do you think about all these different people coming with all these different Tupac stories versus what Suge Knight is saying? Like, who do you think word is more accurate? Who do you believe? Who would you believe in that situation?
Man, I mean, me personally, like I'm kind of over the Tupac situation. I remember when shit they said he passed away. Like shit, we was playing basketball. Like I could remember that day. So it's like, yeah. Other than that, like everything after that, I remember the little Machiavelli uh shit. I don't know how many of them damn things came out. The little CDs, the tapes, all of that.
I
But
remember
yeah,
that too. Like it was like volume 1 to like 50 or something. Remember that?
right. So it's like, yeah, man. So other than that, I don't really pay no attention to
So the story behind the bootlegs is that somebody stole all of Tupac's music reels and was putting them out and selling it, and that's how we was getting that music back then. I ain't gonna say who I think it was, but yeah, that's how that was going.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it was like shit. Somebody was eating off of that shit. Because if you think about it, I don't know how many of them damn things it was, but if you think about it, every week it was a new Machiavelli tape.
You're not lying, man. But yeah, somebody I guess who was ever in charge back then was was the one putting that music out. But it's so much information on that situation. It's so much we can go so deep into it. Uh, shit, I feel like before YouTube, you had the Russell Poole. You had a couple different documentaries that came out. You ever seen Murder Rap?
Mm-mm.
So you never seen the Russell Poole documentary he did on Tupac, who he said he thought it was. He
Nah,
ended up
I ain't never seen it.
dying. Yeah, he ended up dying at the police station, kind of like maybe a year or two after he put it out,
See,
because he
that's
was
crazy.
saying He was saying the police was involved. You get what I'm saying?
And see, and that's
He
the
wasn't
thing.
going.
Like that's the thing. Like a lot of that stuff, I haven't seen like the documentaries or whatever, but just talking to people, like I heard something about that, but I didn't know where it came from.
One day when we go live, we'll sit here and watch like some of the old documentaries, and we'll compare it to what we hear now. Because I think that I'm not sure, but I think they found Keefe D. I think they found him guilty.
That's crazy.
Did he get found guilty or not?
I don't know. I haven't heard nothing about it.
Yeah, I think they. I don't know why nobody didn't really like chime in on his case. It felt like a lot of shit was happening around that time to where it overclouded the situation. But that was a real important case because that case goes into the puppy case and a lot of other shit. But I don't know. It's a lot going on with that situation too. I just was watching something about that situation and how he's trying to wiggle himself out of it. I really don't really get how did they convict him for murder on a 20-year old murder that he been confessed to, that he was what is the word for somebody who's a confidential informant or worked for the government, that when when he told that he gave alimony or not alimony, but what is it called? D
Mm,
class.
shit, I'm trying to think of it my damn self. Because my
He
thing
gave
is,
some.
he gave like he be. I mean, my thing is, if you basically said you did the shit way back then, it's like, why the fuck? Why? What is the point?
Well, he didn't say he did it. He said he was in the car and he explained how who did it, blah blah blah, and he didn't go to jail for it way back then. So I'm trying to figure out why did they send him to jail for it now? Did they just need somebody to close this case with because it was just still lingering? And long as something lingering like that, whoever's involved can still be subject to going down.
Right.
But
And
Suge Knight, he been making some bold statements. I've been watching what he's talking about. A lot of the people that I noticed this, a lot of the people that everybody's trying to like involve in these situations, they quiet as a motherfucker about it.
mm,
Like they ain't got much to say at all. They ain't doing no interviews about it, and if they do, they telling old stories or something like that. But they not talking about who they think did it, why it was done, who was involved. I don't see motherfuckers going that deep into it. But the
yeah,
people that's probably suffering from the situation.
yeah. Because at the end of the day, man, like those were the main people making money back then. So if you think about it, like if them dudes was still alive, like think about how much money they would have made over the time frame.
So in my mind, if you want to be that guy and somebody's bigger than you, then the best way to do it is to get them out the way, right?
That's what they say. Especially you got to think about it back then. Like that was before the whole internet phase and all of that other shit. So yeah, that's what it was back then.
Right. I mean, competition is always good because who wants to just beat him? Like, I feel like Drake for a long time had no competition. Like when he dropped, is definitely going platinum. He gonna get some awards. He gonna take over the year for the rest of that year. Like when
Right.
he drop around October and shit like that, it's his time. But Kendrick doing what he doing is kind of good for hip hop because who wants to just every year be used to the same nigga always being on top with nobody to challenge it?
That's true. And then at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, shit, you said Drake dropped some music the other day, right?
About 5 days ago, he dropped the album with Party Next Door, which is starting to catch a little. I said nobody was listening to it. That's not true. That's not true at all. Um, R&B Drake is always gonna have a spot because he ain't got no competition in that area. You get what I'm saying? I see Kendrick trying to make like catchier music in that lane, like with the song he did with SZA, which is dope as fuck. But I think he got a Drake and Neck Party Next Door got a couple bangers. I've been seeing people post. Not really talked about too much in media, but I've been seeing it with just fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't listened to it. So the fact that I'm off tomorrow, I mean, shit, I might check it out.
Yeah, try to give it a listen. You never know. I mean, you explained how you like the Kendrick album. You said you got what, one or two good ones? I say it's about five in total that I really fuck with. And I think that I didn't give it the right ear of listening. So I'm gonna try to listen to it again and see, if I can find something. But my ear is only tuned to a certain kind of sound anyway. So it's already, you know, if you ain't making a certain type of music, I'm probably not gonna like it anyway. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And that's my thing, man. Like I would hopefully listen to it twice. But if you could catch me on the first go through, then you got me. Like I'll actually listen to it maybe two, three times before I really decide what I'm gonna do.
That's actual factual right there. But that Kendrick Super Bowl performance, we haven't talked about that, man. How you feel about the Super Bowl performance?
Mm, you know what? The Super Bowl performance, I can tell you I didn't really too much watch it just because I'm an Eagles fan, man. So I was more into the game than the actual Super Bowl, than the performance. So at that time, I was making plates, getting some food, really just listening to the music. But as far as actually watching it, I didn't really just watch the performance.
So you should do a reaction to it. It's up. It's on it's on YouTube. You can watch the whole performance. I give it a 10 out of 10. The overall performance, the message that he was sending, the way it rubbed everybody else that ain't black kind of wrong, or not even gonna say everybody who ain't black, everybody who's not a part of our culture took
Mhm.
it the wrong way. I love that because that type of reaction is like what we need in this world right now to let people know that we're here. We're right here. Look where we at. We at the fucking Super Bowl. Put some respect on our name. That I mean, the whole Uncle Sam shit, everything was dope. Samuel L. Jackson did a great job. We had Serena Crip walking. The SZA performance was amazing. Him performing "Turn Your TV Off" was probably the biggest song. It was bigger than the Drake diss, so it was dope, and it was a tuck your tail type of moment. Like Kendrick showed off. I think Kendrick, after he got done performing, nobody was mad that Lil Wayne wasn't there. It was
Mm,
like that.
I mean, you could say that because
I didn't miss Wayne. I'm a big Wayne fan. I fuck with Wayne, but after watching that, it felt like that was supposed to happen. I didn't feel like, oh man, Wayne would have did a better job. No, I felt satisfied, like I ate a good meal, and it was great for my soul, and I was like amazed, and I didn't know what to expect, and it was beyond my expectations. Kendrick, he deserved that moment. It's his time.
nah, I could see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Because the fact that I was listening to Kendrick at work the other day and somebody came back and was like, hey man, that's Kendrick. And this dude, to me, I could say probably never heard of Kendrick before the Super Bowl. So, I mean, yeah, I can take it for what it is. He definitely did his thing.
What do you know about Universal Music Group, the record label?
Nothing at all.
Most of your favorite artists came from that label.
I'm
Um,
sure.
Kendrick and Kendrick and Drake was signed to that label. So was Lil Wayne.
Right. Because
And
basically,
when
as
they
far
put
as
it,
I know, Universal and Cash Money is pretty much the same shit.
right. So with that being said, when Universal get behind you, you're gonna do. You know, when Universal get behind you and it's your time, you're gonna be number one, as proven as shown, right?
Right.
Um, with the Kendrick and Drake situation, they're both signed to the same label, and what they did was, okay, y'all both dropping songs, y'all not clearing them or anything, y'all just putting them out, and we're watching, and we're gonna put y'all in front of an audience of 1 million people each, fairly. We're gonna throw y'all in front of an audience of 1 million, and we just gonna see who numbers do the most, and that's who we're gonna put our money behind. And it could have went either way, but when Kendrick dropped that "Not Like Us," the fans responded in a different way. So Kendrick went and they made a choice. And Drake trying to sue him put him in a very, very fucked up position. Because now you biting the hand that been feeding you and putting you on top all these years. It's not a good look. I'm thinking Drake is probably going to go independent.
Well, yeah, shit, you would think he would have enough legitimate followers to where he could go independent. Why wouldn't you?
If he's smart, he would go independent because he has a rock solid fan base that's going to rock with him regardless. It would have been better to go independent when you on top, though. Not when you just lost the battle and, you know, the situation is like what it is. But,
It
like,
makes more sense now. That's that whole comeback story type shit. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, like look at the baby. Like after his situation, like nobody would have thought he would still be popping and relevant like he is.
he's still able to go and get that big bag. As
Right.
an independent
So
artist, the only person we seen built that kind of energy was Young Dolph. Like, built that up to where he getting the same kind of check as niggas on major labels,
right.
which the industry hates. But it's multiple people that do it. I mean, Larry June, I
Yeah.
think he has a situation like a distribution deal with Empire, but other than that, that nigga's fully independent. LaRussell, I don't think he has no deal with nobody. He eating and making millions. You don't need that big of an audience when you independent. You're still gonna make just as much money as a major artist.
Yeah.
But
That's
look,
the thing. It's just more about being consistent and putting in the work.
especially once you gain that audience. So I think what artists should do is use the label to gain an audience, sign a short term deal, then go fully independent, and everything is yours. You know, going long term, because it's like you don't gotta go platinum now. And if you could sell half of what you selling now independently, you'd probably be a lot richer. You get what I'm saying? And you could put out a
Yeah.
lot more music. Imagine Lil Durk going independent.
And that's the thing, man. But then you got to think about it. Are you trying to get the quick bag or are you trying to get the bag over a long period of time?
And that's what you gotta build that catalog independently. Put out a project maybe every other month. Drop videos. It's all on you. It's all coming out of your pocket, but you're making a return. And if you do it before the industry fuck you over, because it seems like the longer you stay in, After a while, when they're done with you, the whole world is done with you.
Right.
Like it ain't no play after that. It ain't like, oh, I could still drop music and be that same guy I was when I was signed to the label. It's like by the time you done with your deal, you don't even want to be in the music industry no more. You're done.
Well, yeah, cause shit, you done fucked around and done probably caught a case or some random ass shit done happened to you to where you like, man, look, I'd rather just live at this point.
Yeah, so that shit is a little crazy there, but each his own, you know what I'm saying? That's just my thoughts on it. If you're really trying to do long term business and you don't want to be used by the machine and you already used the machine for all you can get it for, like Two Chains is independent. He just put out album with Larry June. We keep talking about Larry June, but that's my reference because it's not many big artists that has his level of reach that's independent. So that's my person I'm going to use as my
Right.
example of what success looks like independently. But Two Chains independent too.
And that's what I'm saying. He got a legit following to where he can go independent and it's not gonna really make that big of a difference.
You ain't gonna. I haven't noticed. It's just we don't hear Two Chains on the radio, but who listens to the radio any fucking way?
Right. And that's the thing. You gotta be able to translate into whatever is new. And so it's like if nobody listening to the radio, why the hell do I need to hire somebody to put something on the radio?
If you're truly a good artist, you should be able to make those same hits you're making without the label. That's when I know the label, when you got with that label, they put you with certain producers, certain songwriters, and certain this and that because your music just don't sound the same no more. And then the fan is trying to figure out, well, why isn't it good no more or good as it was? Or why aren't you producing more hits? It's because you never had that skill to begin with to put that in you. They gave you the tools to make those hits.
Right. And that's the thing to where shit with the money behind you, it's like shit. Sometimes all you gotta do is just show up.
Right. It like if you truly know what a hit record sound like and you going in the studio and you're behind production and you want to make a hot record, you kind of know what that formula is after a while because you've done it multiple times after a while. Like whether my shit go platinum or not, I could tell which song has the potential to shoot a video to, which one people gonna really fuck with, like why it got that vibe. Like you could kind of you could tell that as an artist, or maybe when you play it and you see the reaction other people have. But then I don't know. Everybody has an acquired taste, and that's why I think music was a lot better in the '90s because you had such a variety of music that everybody had their own shit they fuck with. You would fuck with this artist, and they'd be like, "Nah, nigga, you gotta listen to Outkast." They gonna be fucking with the Dungeon Family, or you like just shit you never heard. Oh man, I listened to the Wu Tang. You like, what the fuck is the Wu Tang? Like shit was doper then, and everybody music sound different and gave them a different distinct identity, and you were able to identify. Okay, this looks like the type of person that breakdance. I bet you can listen to this type of music. Now it's such like a saturation of the same old bullshit that you really can't even separate who's a fan of what anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's true. To where shit, everybody damn near listen to the same shit. And if you think about it, everybody like my son listen to 90s music. He don't even listen to whatever is new. He listen to the same shit I grew up on. So it's like they more tapped into the old school. So they say old school music than they are what's going on today.
If you want to be creative as an artist or you want to have some identity, then you probably do want to start in like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, listening to music. The dopest music to me is like the 70s, the late 60s, early 70s, in the 80s, in the early 90s was like the best music ever because hip hop sampled everything that you hear to this day is a sample, right? From when? From what time period? What were they sampling, D class?
Shit, more sex 60s, 70s music at this point.
So I just go listen to that. I'm like, why would I listen to the the biters, really the biters, the niggas with no creativity, when I could go listen to some motherfuckers who was in a room and everybody played an instrument and everybody had to know how to really sing to pull this shit off and all do it at one. You got one take. You know what
One
I'm saying?
take.
I'm sure it was plenty fights. I'm sure it was plenty arguments. Like Jerry, you fuck up on that motherfucker again, nigga. We gonna go in the.
No, that's facts.
You gotta
That's
play this
facts.
5 minute song all the way through. And can't nobody fuck up. Like that was talent. I feel like if niggas had to have that kind of talent right now, it wouldn't be so many rappers, right?
Nah, that's a fact. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? But yeah, that's I mean, yeah, you gotta think about it. Everybody played their own instrument and they had to be on point every time.
Man, I'll be listening like y'all gotta check out these artists. We're gonna do some reviews on them. But it's some artists out there that still can sing like that got that talent, who know how to play instruments. And I feel like it's still a lane for that sound because that shit never like died out. They just threw rap in front of us with the sample beats and talking shit. And we was like, all right, we're gonna accept this. But we still needed that whispers, the Ron Isley sound. Like we needed that mixture. Now you ain't got no mixture. You really ain't got a choice of music no more unless you listen to the oldies. You don't have a
Yeah,
lot of young people making that kind of music.
facts. And that's the thing, man. Like people got away from the whole R&B aspect of it to where if you females can make R&B music, you don't really hear no guys making no R&B music because they think that shit just corny as hell.
It depends on how you do it. Who's some like the newer R&B artists that you like?
Shit, I don't listen to nobody new. That's the thing. Like I basically if I put on R&B mix on my Spotify. Pretty much like I listen to like the Jacquees, the 112, like I'm back in the 90s. Like anything new, it would have to really just come across to where I wouldn't even be able to tell you who it is because I'd be in moving around to where if the song come on, I'll know the song. But I
You
couldn't
know,
really tell you the artist.
have you heard of October London?
That sounds familiar.
You gotta check him out. Kind of sound like Marvin Gaye. He young though. Think he signed to Snoop.
Yeah, that
It's some
sounds
dope
familiar.
artists out there. It's a girl named Shantae. I think
I
she's
heard of her.
connected to Lil Russell, and she got some shit kind of sound like Erica Badu-ish, Lauren Hill. She a little mixture of all that shit, and she's dope. It's some dope ass artists out there. It's just you know how it go. What they shove in your face is whatever bullshit you watching on your timeline is the bullshit you get. If you actually out there searching for up and coming good artists and good music and you know, it kind of feed your brain new food, then you'll find that shit. It'll pop up on you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's a fact. Cause like, yeah, Shantae, the crazy part about it is I heard about her, and then probably like 2 weeks later, that's when she did the shit with Lil Russell. And I was like, damn, okay, I didn't know she was really just popping like that, but okay.
Man, she dope as a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah. What's up, shit?
She dope.
Fuck with.
I fuck with Shantae.
Yeah, I fuck with. Anybody that's doing some independent shit, man, I rock with it, man.
And it's more than that. The other dude I was telling you, Charlie Be Real. He dope. He kind of sound like Curtis Mayfield. What's the other dude? Is it Akeem?
Oh yeah.
Hakeem or
What the fuck?
Akeem?
You
That
talking
nigga
about
dope
the
as a motherfucker.
the creamy Casanova cat?
Bro, it's dope. I was
Yeah,
watching the interview with him the other day.
yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. Yeah, I fuck with him, man. I like that whole vibe. That whole vibe is legit.
Yeah, I've been peeping the sauce, and I'm like, I got my own style and the way I'm dressed and the way I'm carrying myself and my mannerisms and music. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna use that to my advantage too. Only like put out music because when I finally start back doing shows, it gotta be with a band. I'm not doing a DJ. I gotta have the drummer, everything. You know what I'm saying? And I be flying my suits, and I want to be able to stand up and just spit my shit versus having to dance and jump around and look like a fucking clown. You get what I'm saying? I want
Nah,
to
that's
stand
a
there,
fact.
talk my shit, sip my drink, and have a conversation with the people while I smoke me a blunt or two. Ain't gonna be too much jumping around. Ain't gonna be too much movement. I might even have a chair sitting there with the stand up microphone and get my shit off like that. But the music has to be that way. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, that's a fact. Because at the end of the day, man, you don't want to put out no all that jumping around shit. Like, don't nobody pay attention to all that shit no more, man. Like, I went
That
to
shit.
yeah, when I went to the rodeo the last time when 50 Cent and them was there, like, yeah, he just was chilling, bro. Like, you don't need to do all that shit.
No. And then if the music is jazzy and it's cool and it's a vibe, because the type of crowd and the type of people that's gonna put show up to a surf guy show, they might want to take their mushrooms, they might want to smoke some weed, they might want to meditate while they listen to the music. Ain't gonna be no rowdiness at my show because the kind of music and the kind of energy that I'm finna put out on these next couple of albums, it's just not for that. It's like, you coming to have a great time. You're not here to leave exhausted. You know what I'm saying? After this, you might want to go to the gym, go get you a shake, get you an organic orange juice or some fly shit. Go have
Okay?
dinner with your family after a surf guy show. Cause you hungry and got the munchies because y'all didn't smoke so much weed. We trying to pass joints in the crowd and go out and smoke and talk to the people. I'm trying to bring that kind of vibe back. I think that's what's missing in hip hop right now. Is like artists that when they pop out, ain't no drama finna happen. It's finna be like, night at the Roxbury around that motherfucker.
Right. Everybody partying, everybody chilling.
We finna get high. Yeah, all you gonna see is a gang, just a big ass cloud of smoke coming from wherever the show's.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Bring those type of vibes back. Bring that type of music back. But like, I want to have niggas there with flutes and violins and the little shit. We're gonna do a moment where we do the chakra shit and where we just sit and breathe. Just like really you go an experience that when you leave it, if you was going through some shit before you came to the Surf God show, after you leave, you probably forgot about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta try to provide the whole experience. That's what most people paying for.
Right. We're gonna sit there and listen to ocean sounds and whales.
I don't know about all that shit.
We're gonna get tripped the fuck out. Instead of serving any kind of beer or cocktail, we'll only have wine. You know what I'm saying? You only can drink wine here. We're gonna drink wine. We're gonna smoke joints. No blunts will be allowed at a Surfgod show. Keep your
Well,
blunt
hey, careful.
outside. Go kill
I'll be
everybody
outside.
outside of this motherfucker. Yeah, we want to see nothing but white papers.
I'll be
You know,
outside then.
D class will let you in with your blunt, but you're gonna have to smoke only one blunt, and then you're gonna have to roll up some papers after that.
But then too, you say wine. Now I don't fuck with the wine, so
Damn, see, you
yeah,
trying to go to Martha's Vineyard and
I'm
do a
still
deal with
outside.
them and come out with the exclusive mix. See, my favorite mix is the Pinot Grigio with the Chardonnay. You see how it got me slurring when you mix those two together, boy?
Right.
Got a nice little combo.
I mean, me, I'm on my normal Parmesan, man. I'm on the Parmesan grape tonight.
See, if we gonna serve cocktails, then nobody's gonna drink wine. That's why I'm forcing people to drink healthier. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna leave here. They're gonna be fucked up off of wine. They're gonna be like, damn, I should do this more often. And then they're
Right.
gonna stop drinking like hard gut killing liquor. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm cool. I get it.
Even in the Bible, Jesus drunk wine.
Nah, that's a fact. I
Just
definitely
saying.
get it. I mean, hey, I would definitely get a glass. I'll be the person that hold that one glass all night.
You know what it is, D class, why you really don't fuck with wine? Because you haven't found one that you like.
Mm, definitely.
See, you gotta go wine tasting. You and a wifey, y'all go wine tasting together. And then you'll be like, okay, I found some shit I could fuck with. Like, my shit is that Taylor port, but I just can't drink it all the time because that shit's strong as a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's crazy. Taylor Port, that's crazy. I thought that shit was like some cooking shit.
You could cook with it too, but boy, you drink a bottle of that, it got a black bottle. It's like 20% alcohol, man. Go get you one. You
Nah,
know,
I know
I
exactly what
I
you're
try.
talking
I'm
about.
like a huh?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Cause shit, we used to cook with that shit in the restaurant. I know exactly what you're talking
Man, try you a bottle of that.
about. Boy.
Make a steak with it, and then pour you a glass.
Yeah,
Yep. But see, we want. I want to do shows where I got a band and where the vibe is like positive energy, and we just sit there and walk them through a movie in real life. Like they're gonna see it in real life, but we're gonna talk to them as we play the songs. It's gonna be dope. But I think I gotta drop the music that speaks that language. That way, when I do the shows, it all makes sense. I can't drop, you know, all the pimp songs and this, that, and this. And be trying to, you know, it gotta be.
dropping
I
you
gotta drop that
dropping
godly
dropping
bounce.
pimp songs, but then want everybody to be peaceful.
Sean said, "Did we try the E40 wine yet?" Yeah, I tried the Slurricane. I don't think I tried none of his regular wine. I'm sure I have some Earl Stevens wine for sure. I'm sure I have. I
Man,
don't. I don't think that I was that Snoop though. That Snoop wine is the
you
shit.
fuck with that? I say I be saying it, I just never even picked it up, man. I'm not a wine drinker, man. I just yeah. But what I would do, Man, I will go buy. I will find some of that Earl Stevens shit because I think I did taste it at one point, but I don't remember it. So I will go find a bottle, and we will do a tasting up for that for sure.
Yeah, I think we should start doing that. Reactions to alcohol. That'd be dope. I like going to get like different kind of cocktails. Uh, I keep forgetting it. I think it's called. What kind of drink is that we be getting? It's triple sec, lime juice, Hennessy with sugar around the rim. What is it called? Some type of shit. A bike or some shit. Man, y'all, if you ever go to a bar, ask them for that. Everybody can't make it though. I had a motherfucker make me one today, man. That shit tasted horrible. So you gotta find the people that know how to make it. Next time I go to that casino, I'm gonna take a picture of the menu, but it's called a something car.
A
What is it
side
called? A
part,
car?
probably.
Something car.
But
A
yeah, Belmont.
sidecar. It's called a sidecar. Y'all gotta try
That
that.
sound about right. Yeah, Belmont. I'm gonna go check it
You had a
out. But
sidecar before?
I haven't. I just threw out some random name. Really, that just sound right.
Yeah. Try a sidecar, bro. That motherfucker. If you could get, when I said it, he looked at me like, huh? And I'm like, fuck. I'm thinking in my mind like this nigga about to bring me back some bullshit. But
Right.
the more that I go to bars and I try like different type of shit. You start to find what's the good shit, what's like certain drinks you gonna want to stick with. Like, okay, I don't give a fuck where I go. Ordering me a sidecar. If you don't got the sidecar game down and that shit tastes nasty, I'm gonna put your ass on blast because you need to be learning your job a little better. But everybody can't make it. Another one, I drink adioses. I think that's something every bartender should know how to make. But I'm gonna keep it 100. Every time I go somewhere, they always taste different.
Nah, that's a fact. That is a fact. Cause I mean, I've had them shits all the way from Tijuana all the way to goddamn shit Canada. Shit. So yeah, them shits
Tastes
taste.
different every single time you
They
got one.
say every time, like them shits is different, and it's like, do they not have the same ingredients in the motherfucker? Like, is it
That's
different
what I be
regions?
trying to figure out.
Like, what's
Nah, but you
going
know what it
on,
is? Somebody ain't pouring that shit right, man. Somebody back there
man?
fucking up.
And it's like I get the whole like, oh, you want to show love and shit like that. Like I get it, but goddamn, can the drink taste like what it's supposed to taste like? Like, come on, man.
I think
Like that's
Surfgod
crazy.
next adventure is gonna be to go to school to learn be a bartender, man. I ain't never been a bartender before. I've done so many different things. I'm like one of those people that try to accomplish like, all right, let me try to at least work every kind of job possible type shit that I would want to do.
Right.
I've worked at a cannabis shop before. That was an amazing job. If you never worked, if you want to go work for the workforce, go work at the weed shop. You're gonna love it. But my next one that's kind of in that lane is to be a bartender or learn how to deal cards, like deal poker or some shit.
Mm, fuck all that. I'd rather be the bartender. Those my two
She
options.
said I'd rather be the bar. Now my thing is you gonna get drunk at work, D class.
Nah, hell no.
You gonna get lit,
I'm gonna be
huh?
high though. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
He
I'll be
said,
high as hell, but I ain't
man,
gonna
I
be
ain't gonna
drunk.
lie. When they ain't paying attention, I'm pouring me a drink and the customer a
You
drink.
know
They
what I'm
got
saying?
me
Nah,
fucked
nah,
up.
I'm not. I'm not fucking with that. Like, yeah, I'll be high. I ain't gonna lie to you on that one. But as
I'm
far as
I'm a, I'm
sneaking
a
drinks, shit
purposely
like
fuck
that,
up on
like,
the
yeah, no,
shot.
I'm cool.
I got if I'm a bartender, I gotta have a job where at least when I get there, I could take a shot. On my break, I could take a shot, and when I leave, I could take a shot. I don't need much. A
Nah,
little
nigga,
shot here and there.
you need to own that motherfucker at that point. Ain't no goddamn way. That's my bar, nigga. You decide you taking three shots,
Man,
man, you
if
got me
I
fucked
earn,
up.
if I owned a bar D class, I'd never leave that motherfucker. I'll be there all the time.
Man. Hey,
So
nah, that's a
I'll be
hey, that's a
basically living it.
Yeah, that's a fact, Shauna, because I got a homeboy that's a bartender, and yeah, man, we tried the podcasting together, and yeah, that didn't work out, man. That bartending got him. So, nah, that's a fact, though. Everybody that I know that's a bartender, they say the same thing. But man, as a
Tell me.
bartender, you gotta learn how to make drinks, man. Like you can't be slacking on your drink aspect.
Hey, Sean said I'm gonna meet a lot of women being a bartender. Sean, I
Yeah,
love them type of you feel me situations, man. You know what I'm saying? Not just to meet women. It's like you get tips. You know what I'm saying? You behind the bar, so it's kind of like I got one up on you. I'm behind the bar. You want me to make you a drink, don't you? Okay, chill out. Put my tip jar out there, give you a little look. Like how if you want a double shot, you gotta
right,
feed that tip jar. You know what I'm saying, D class? I'm gonna give your ass a light drink. After I give you a first drink, and I don't see you heading towards that tip jar.
right,
You
right.
hear me?
You gotta keep the tips going.
But yeah, I think that's my next one. I don't see a lot of black bartenders, especially young ones. Young black bartender. You know what I'm saying? And then I could go work on a boat somewhere, and I'll be on the boat, moving around and shit, bartending on the ship, living on the ship, chilling.
Yeah, do the shit through the cruise line. You'd be good.
Yeah, they got Wi-Fi, don't they?
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah,
I'm
they got
connected,
one.
man. Nigga. I'm out in the middle of the Pacific and shit. Nigga, shit go down on land. I'm already out at sea. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
You good to go. Shit, at least you out there getting a check for the shit.
Facts. I'm sure they gotta pay their bartenders pretty good too. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
I mean, they
You
still
at
probably
work,
make more money off of tips at the end of the day, regardless.
right? And I'm sure they gotta feed us and shit. Now my thing is, if you're a bartender and you working on the cruise line, do you just work 8, 10 hours every day, and then you off free to do whatever you want, walk around, hang out, do whatever you want on the ship, or how does that work?
Nah, I think they got like shifts. I want to say they got 12-hour shifts. You 12 on, 12 on, 12 off.
I mean, that ain't horrible either. You're on the ship, you're already there. You might as well work, make some money. You going in
Yeah,
12 hours, boy. Whew.
yeah, but that shit don't be by the hour though. Like I think, as far as I thought, like I don't think they get paid by the hour.
They get salary.
I think so. I think you get like a set fee per whatever. Like it's got to be something. I don't think you get paid by the hour.
We gotta
We got
figure
to
out how
tap.
that go do fast. That mean we gotta do some researching.
That's what I'm about to say. We got to tap into the research department and figure that shit out. Cause yeah, I don't think you get paid by the hour.
Okay. So more recent events. Um, what's going on, man? There's a lot of shit going on the internet. There's always something. Uh, any good news?
Shit, you tell me. I don't be on the internet, bro. I've been at work. Shit, I couldn't tell you.
I ain't really had time to pay too much any attention. Nothing that really comes to mind. Plane crashes. Y'all
Nah,
praying
that's
for me. I'm leaving Tuesday.
man. Hey, nah, that's a fact. I watched the video of the people that was in the plane crash, and they was getting evacuated up out that shit. That shit was crazy. It's all over the news and
I
shit now.
seen it.
But
The
man,
plane was upside down and shit.
yeah, that bitch flipped over.
And I got
You freezing. You freezing on us. Here we go. We was doing good. We almost made it to an hour. We at an hour right now. We was almost there, Sean. We was almost there. For some reason, it never fails, man. Like once we get to decent conversation, it goes to this. Yeah, every time.